I'm going to present a case, rather a clinical summary of a child who has this paradox of being hungry for food in spite of having failure to thrive, much to the mother's dismay. This case was taken from the genetic clinic, KM Hospital, Mumbai. This child, 4-month-old male, first issue of a third degree consanguineous marriage, presented to us with history of multiple admissions, including NICU stay, with predominant complaints being fever, lethargy, refusal to feed, increased respiratory activity. There was also history of recurrent boils over the skin. There was history of receiving intravenous antibiotics for infections during each of these admissions. Also, there was documented hypoglycemia as reported by the parents. However, there was no history of any peculiar odor from body secretions or urine. There was no history of any convulsion. Neither there was history of any similar complaints in any family members. Child was born preterm with a birth weight of 1.3 kg, was delivered through a cesarean section in view of severe oligohydramnios with fetal distress. The child didn't cry immediately after birth, had required resuscitation, followed by an NICU stay of 15 days, during which the child was on ventilator and was treated for sepsis. Examination at 4 months of age revealed that the child's vitals were stable. Anthropometrically, the child's height, weight, head circumference, all being below the third centiles. On general examination, the only striking finding was the doll-like faces. Otherwise, there was no jaundice, no edema. Here you can see the photograph of this child. Even though the child has a stormy course during such early period of life, you can see the rather chubby appearance of the face of this child. Also notice the abdominal distension with the umbilical hernia, the thin extremities, pointing towards the doll-like appearance of this child. Systemic examination revealed that abdomen was distended. There was umbilical hernia present. Liver was enlarged to the tune of 8 centimeters below the right costal margin, with a span of 11.5 centimeters, was firm in nature. There was, however, the spleen was not palpable. There was no free fluid, and bowel sounds were heard. Rest of the systemic examination was normal. To summarize, here we have a 4-month-old male child with history of multiple admissions, including an NICU stay, with sepsis and episodes of hypoglycemia, with failure to thrive, which is unlikely to be explained by infection alone. The child has doll-like faces, moderate hepatomegaly, hence most probably pointing towards a metabolic storage liver disorder. This table shows the various admissions the child underwent prior to coming to us. One can notice the predominant complaints being the fever, lethargy, and increased respiratory activity, and the silent features noticed in each of the admissions were hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia, and sepsis. On investigation, the child is seen to have severe metabolic acidosis with elevated lactate levels. There is culture positive sepsis seen in each of the admissions. The lipid profile is deranged, the serum triglyceride levels being elevated, and treatment wise, the child was treated with antibiotics in each of the admissions. On a review of investigation, we found that the child was found to have persistent hypoglycemia, persistent severe metabolic acidosis. The serum lactate levels were elevated. However, the serum ammonia, plasma and urine amino acidogram and urine organic acidogram were normal. The child was seen to have neutropenia with polymorphs constituting only about 10 to 30% of the total counts. Cultures were positive during various admissions. The child's renal and liver parameters were always normal. On further investigation, it was noticed that the serum showed a milky appearance in this child, hence a lipid profile was done, which showed elevation in serum triglyceride levels. However, the cholesterol was normal. Child also had elevation of serum uric acid. Hence, to summarize, here is a child with repeated infections, doll-like faces, hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia, metabolic acidosis, elevated serum lactate, and abnormal lipid profile, suggesting more towards a glycogen storage disorder, either type 1 or type 3. We did a DNA mutational analysis in this child, which showed homozygous deletion in CAG TCGG sequence in the glucose 6-phosphate translocase gene, thus effectively pinning down our diagnosis to glycogen storage disorder type 1B. Following this, we started the child on treatment with a corn starch and pro-soil powder based diet, and also on calcium, multivitamins, and sodamine supplements. Child was immunized with special vaccines in order to prevent further infections. However, on follow-up, it was noticed that child continued to develop recurrent episodes of loose motion, fever, boils, requiring admissions, and was treated with antibiotics and other supportive management. Child was also showing growth and developmental retardation. Since the compliance of the child to the treatment was poor, hence the response to the treatment was also poor. Terminally, child developed an episode of acute gastroenteritis, had severe metabolic acidosis with severe dehydration and hypoglycemia, was ventilated in view of severe respiratory distress, developed a cardiopulmonary arrest, and expired at 10 months of age. Thank you.